The Arkansas State Press was primarily concerned with advocacy journalism and was modeled off other African American publications of the era, such as the Chicago Defender and The Crisis. Stories about civil rights often ran on the front page, with the rest of the paper mainly filled with other stories that spotlighted achievements of Black Arkansans. Pictures were also in abundance throughout the paper. The paper became an avid voice for civil rights even before a nationally recognized movement had emerged. Daisy Bates was later recognized as co-publisher of the paper. As the former president of the Arkansas State Conference of the NAACP, Bates was involved deeply in desegregated events. Even though in 1954 the United States Supreme Court decision in Brown v. Board of Education made all the segregated schools illegal, the schools in Arkansas refused to enroll African American students. Bates and her husband tried to fight against the situation in their newspaper. The Arkansas State Press became a fervent supporter of the NAACP's integrated public school events. The state press editorialized, "We feel that the proper approach would be for the leaders among the Negro race, not clabber mouths, Uncle Toms, or grinning appeasers, to get together and counsel with the school heads." Concerning the policy of academic desegregation, the state press cultivated a spirit of immediatism within the hearts of African American and white citizens. Opposite to gradual approach, this newspaper mainly wanted immediate reform in Arkansas's educational system. The Arkansas State Press reported that the NAACP was the lead organizer in these protest events, and the newspaper also tended to enlarge national influence to let more people get involved in the educational events in Little Rock. While Governor Orville Faubus and his supporters were refusing even token desegregation of Central High School, this editorial appeared on the front page. It is the belief of this paper that since the Negro's loyalty to America has forced him to shed blood on foreign battlefields against enemies, to safeguard constitutional rights, he is in no mood to sacrifice these rights for peace and harmony at home. Throughout its existence, the Arkansas State Press covered all social news happening within the state. It was an avid supporter of racial integration in schools and thoroughly publicized its support in its pages. In 1957, because of its strong position during the Little Rock segregation crisis, white advertisers held another boycott to punish the newspaper for supporting desegregation. This boycott successfully cut off funding, except the money which came directly and through advertisements from the NAACP national office, and through ads from supporters throughout the country. Despite this, the state press was unable to maintain itself, and the last issue was published on October 29, 1959. Daisy Bates immediately joined the local branch of the NAACP upon moving to Little Rock. In an interview, she explains her history with the organization and that all her dreams were tied with this organization. Her father was a member of the NAACP many years before, and she recounts asking him why he joined the organization. She said her father would bring her back literature to read, and after learning of their goals she decided to dedicate herself, too. In the same interview, when asked what she and the organization were focused on changing, Bates responded, "The whole darn system." However, it was after the Brown v. Board of Education decision that she began to focus mostly on education. Bates became president of the Arkansas Conference of Branches in 1952 at the age of 38. She remained active and was on the national board of the NAACP until 1970. Due to her position in NAACP, Bates' personal life was threatened much of the time. In her autobiography, Bates discussed her life as a president of the NAACP in Arkansas.